I There we go. Now we have audio, and my hair is a mess as always. But um, here we are today. This is our Maps Live fifth episode. Today we're doing something different yet again. Welcome to our Sincerely Maps series. It is our letter, our coming out to the world of who we are as maps, what we do, why we matter, and why we think what we do can help you in some way. And this is a series of lives over the 4 days. So we did our first one yesterday. The culminating event will be on Friday. So Sincerely Maps will be at 12 noon. We'll be sharing invites and links to that later on. But this is our way of introducing ourselves, not just with the work we've done, but with the capacity that we've built. And yesterday we started off by telling everybody our origin story, what it took from a narrative perspective to get here. And second day today, and we're going to now share what we have in our studio. For us to be called a production house or a production studio, we needed to put up a studio. Why? Because we are using the medium of audio, video, and production to be able to show you the ideas, the concepts, the learnings, the solutions that we've stumbled upon, looked for, and put together in the means of our equipment, space, knowledge, and even output. So the next 2 days are going to split into two. So the first one today is our studio tour. So in our studio tour, we'll be introducing to you the studio itself, what our capabilities are, but also the toys and gadgets that we've collected and put together for all of you to experience for yourself if you get the chance and are willing to come into our studio and experiment with us with the different gadgets and modes of creating that we've curated so far. So, the vision for the studio was really it to be an enabler. So what does that mean? So an enabler for creatives to do their work, to be able to create more seamlessly, speedily, easier. So as much as possible, with my background, I looked at the pieces of the puzzle in creating content and found the best way to standardize it or reduce it to its critical parts. Of course, the most critical itself is the creative. So the star or the feature should always be the person behind the art and their capacity to create art. So whether you be an artist, musician, dancer, performer, cook even. So anything that floats your boat, that you feel is a talent that has been given to you that you'd like to share to the world, we're here to aid you in putting together social media content, videos, multimedia that you can express yourself to the world a bit better. In this day and age, it's quite difficult to avoid the internet, to avoid having social media presence. And for businesses to succeed, it's very critical that you don't just have a social media presence, but also create quality content that you can share to get people to look in your direction. And that's what we are. We are a team of creatives who help creatives get their message across. So, where are we? We are in a one-bedroom apartment, which at the start of the everything was actually intended to be sold already. It was me thinking, in order to start a business, I'd have to raise capital, do the normal things that other people would do to start a business. But as I was emptying this apartment, as I was thinking about giving it up, at some point everything was out. Mostly everything was out. So the dining table was left, the bed foam. That's it. And as I was sitting in the studio, in the apartment at the time, it made me think, oh, there's so much space here. there's so much space here to try and experiment first the things that I want to do from a business perspective, but also from a creative perspective. And in doing so, being the trumpo that I am, one thing led to the next. A team was formed, a group was put together, and our our toys were researched, bought, and implemented, so much so that we have a working, fully serviced digital studio, which goes from audio. So my voice is really good here. I can do ASMR, I can do singing, I can do whatever. And lives are also very, very easy. We have cameras, so we have this one right here and this one over here. Hello. So I'm not used to all of this tech. I am as much a baby to all of this. I have a team that I have put together that has been helping me figure out what is necessary and what brings value in terms of having equipment. To give you a bit of a background, how I started doing lives, doing content online was just with a USB mic. So my process went from just whatever works. I started singing again during the pandemic because I stumbled upon a group of friends who were also performers, and it really rekindled in me that I'd like to perform again. And the medium that was available at the time was online. So I started having voice lessons again. I bought myself a USB mic, thinking that that would be sufficient with a cell phone or a laptop. And that started the journey of figuring out that I don't know much about equipment. I don't know much about the production process. I know what I would I know enough that I could get in front of a camera and perform for you. But if you've ever tried it yourself, you will know that it's not as easy as you would think. You have to take care of your audio, you have to take care of your video, your lighting, your sound, your understandability, your volume, all of these things that are unknowns until you try it out yourself. And over a year and a half, 2 years almost, of doing it myself, trying to figure it out, I realized I can only get it so far. And over time, I almost started to waste money because I was purchasing things that didn't necessarily add as much value as I thought it would. So again, cameras, microphones, interfaces, cords, lighting, all of these things have their own niche, have their own uses. And because of the team that I put together, I was then able to figure out what is necessary for a creative to be creative in this day and age with the use of cameras and the digital platforms. So, enough talking. We're going to try something different again today with the use of cameras. We're actually going to have a camera stream into our live stream, but be walking around the apartment just to show you what's in here. So you're not contained to seeing me through these two cameras right here. Josh, are we ready? All right. So I'm going to do two things. We're going to try it out two ways. We're going to do two walkthroughs. I'm going to talk to you as if I were my 2020 self who did not know anything, who's walking into a studio, who I think could resonate with many people when they walk into the studio, what they see, what they do, what they think things do. And then we'll go a little bit more in depth to show each of the gadgets, tools that we have, and why we have them. Okay, so let's start the walking tour. Fade me away. Yeah, oh, I'm still there. I'm still there. Fantastic. So this is our new setup where we can even put ourselves in this little bubble. So on this first table you see here, there are flying thingies and goggles and remote controls. So I assume these are drones. Oh, drones are the things that you fly up into the air to take aerial shots. So there are remotes and there are goggles right there. Cool. All right, and on to the left, we have the remote. I don't know which one's left and right. So yeah, it's a steady remote where you can just hold on to it. This is so cool. I feel like I feel like a little bit like a voyeur looking, like God making a commentary on the world and how I see it. And then, oh, of course, apart from the drones, we also have an SLR camera. I think SLR cameras are a staple of any studio. If you want to be more, what's the term? More professional looking, an SLR on your neck is always worth it. It's very heavy though. It does have a lens that goes from wide to zoom. So it's a pretty good kit, but this is only a kit lens. So it goes from 18 to 140, correct? I think so, 18 to 140. So Josh can hear me. Awesome. All right, I can't not talk in detail anymore. I think I've learned a little too much from my team to underestimate the information that is important when showing you gadgets. So talking about this gadget itself, it's the Nikon 5600, D5600. So this is the camera that we use more for videos. So it's more compact, it's more lightweight as compared to the camera we're using right here in front of us. So this camera, which we'll show you later, is a 4K camera, but this one is a 1080p camera. So when you talk about 1080p, that's pixels. See, hi. You see me, I feel so weird in this chair. We're a little messed up. So this is our 4K camera. So this is a whatchamacallit? It is a webcam. So steady. It's a steady webcam. No zoom, no panning. But because of OBS, which is the system we use over there, we're able to digitally crop out what we want to crop out. So like this circle that we have right here. Wait, I got it. There we go. This circle right here is done through OBS. So you can now create films. You can create holes within the video. So this is our OBS system. So what does OBS do? OBS is where basically our control panel for everything digital. So all of our gadgets are hooked up to Race. Please introduce us to Race. Race is down here. It is this magical box of wires, gadgetry, and genius that has allowed us to do a lot of the work that we want to do in this studio. So this is quite almost like a super cute computer for me because it's video card, its memory, its capacity for processing is very, very good. We put this computer together actually to be able to do 3D rendering also. 3D rendering is where you take a concept, an idea, but you now visually represent it in the 3D world by creating renders, by creating environments. And the power of this computer, from people who don't understand all the tech, someone like me, impact-wise, a video that would take a whole day to render, according to my tech guy, in our computer, sometimes it can take from 6 to 30 minutes. So depending how heavy the quality is. I've been editing on this thing and it's fantastic. A music video that I did using 1080p, high quality footage just took 3 minutes to render. So for someone who's making videos every day, that's a big impact. It allows for your workflow to be much better. Josh, are you willing to go on your so we have a special guest who is our technical specialist.
Hello.
Please welcome Josh. He'll talk a little bit about the specs and the but before that, I'll just introduce Josh. So Josh is the newest member. Of course, we're a very new team. He's the one who came in third. Let's ask him a few questions before we even go into the tech, because he's once he starts, I will have to reel him back and say, okay, that's a lot of information already. But hey, Josh, first question would be, how's it so far working for Maps?
It has been a roller coaster working here. So, I was first hired here for 3D specifically. So, I do everything from like the walkthrough of our condo unit, um, the intro or the outro of some of our videos, a wide variety of 3D stuff. But now, as you can see, I moved on into like operating our live stream. And kanina, wala pa yung mixer na to. So we just set the mixer up.
Yeah.
So in a way, parang low-key audio engineer, but not
Yeah.
really live person guy. And sometimes I do the video editing, the color grading,
Cool.
the video capture, or I mean videography. So I would say I've transformed from 3D guy to your multimedia guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't worry. For me, I still don't see that your job's changed, because you're basically keeping me up to date and on my toes with what's available in the market out there. So
Okay.
3D is just
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah, in addition to the multimedia 3D stuff, I also the one in charge of, as we call in the office, making budol for
Yeah.
BMX.
I call it Josh Budol. So Josh is the one who entices me with these well-made YouTube videos reviewing tech. But at the same time, he's helping me piece together all of the tech so that we can deliver what we said we want to deliver, which is speed, efficiency, consistency, and quality for the type of content that we would love to make with you. So, plug, if anyone out there is interested to connect with us to make content, message me.
Yeah, so I guess to end this section, this is just an overview of what our studio technical setup looks like. So it has a lot of wires, a lot of input and outputs. We're utilizing all four outputs of our GPU. And wag niyo masyadong titigan. This is our secret sauce.
Yes.
Basta, just know that I'm the one in charge making this stuff and researching the right equipment, the right everything for our setup.
Yeah. So one of the biggest pain points, I think, anyone who's tried doing a live setup with just it being a plan B is all the equipment has so many wires, and all of a sudden you're having to wire manage. You're having to figure out what connects to what. I've iterated so much to the point where it gave me headaches, and Josh does it on the computer as a diagram, so it makes it so much easier for us to understand what connects to what, why it connects to what output is it giving. And from this point, it's so much easier for us to make changes. I think this is already version 7 of some of the things. I think the highest what's the highest version of certain things you're in, Josh?
Version 7 just for our methodology to output lower thirds. So when I say lower thirds, that's the what is
Yeah,
the
see?
solding and stuff. So
Yeah.
we've tried several approaches, so we're in our 7th iteration.
Yeah, and that's what's cool about maps. So in maps, we're not just thinking about output as the end all and be all. We're always thinking about how do we get to the end point that is seamless, painless, efficient. And we're thinking about that process every time we go live. From yesterday's live to today's live, we did a review, we did a assessment of what went well, what didn't, and we're continuously iterating so that when it's your time to sit here or bring yourself and your guests in, it's seamless. That's our hope, that you can come in, think about your content for yourself, and we're good to go. So, I introduced Josh already, but one of the things that we have is a introduction video, which we will cue in just so that you can meet the entire team before I call them in one by one to be introduced. Cool, right? So, that whole video was filmed in studio. As you can see, we have twirling, we have rolling. I've learned that term because of my team. So when you roll the camera as if it's going around and around, all of those things are possible because of the gadgetry that we've purchased. It allows us for seamless shooting, also indoors and outdoors. But the main thing that we really started with was audio and video. I'm going to introduce to you Bianca. Are you there? Bianca is my second team member, and so we're going from newest to oldest. No, not by age, but basically Bianca is the person who edited the Tinig Tumitindig video. She's a multimedia artist, and she helps me ideate and execute from a multimedia perspective for the videos and the content. Hi, Bianx. Hello. Look at all the
Hello.
posters in the back. You will know who she's
Can I
fangirling
hear?
over. Yes,
Am I
we can
heard
hear
now?
you.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Hello.
this is us trying new things, dialing people into the call, like any good Zoom digital meeting. You don't always have to be in the same room, right, B?
Yeah. I'm usually a work from home girl.
Yes, she you should see Bianca when she starts working. It's like she's in a different world. It's like so
Yeah.
her being here sometimes is not always necessary. So her work from home situation is actually helpful. So B, a few questions. What is it that you do here in Maps?
So I think like the main thing that I do here in Maps is like I think you gave a pretty good introduction of what I do. I'm mainly in charge of the videos produced here, not only for the post-production aspect, which is more for editing and stuff, but I also do pre-prod and production as well. I usually am the one behind the camera directing my coworker Gases. He usually is the one holding the camera because I can't get myself sometimes to get the shots that I do want. So I would like mainly put myself as director,
Yeah.
and I also help in pre-production as well. So I help in planning or ideating the thoughts or ideas that my boss has in mind.
You
that
can
he
say
wants to-
naman.
Yeah. Basically his ideas, or I bring them to life more or less. That's my job description.
Yes. So Bianca actually is my niece from my close cousins, and she joined the team in unofficially in May,
Yeah.
because of the project that we did for the campaign. But because of what we did there, I realized that I have a very talented niece who has the capability to deliver what I think I need within my team. Bianca, though young, fresh graduate from Binild with an MMA degree, is a very stern directress. So there are times where I'll give a suggestion and she'll just give me this look like, okay, I know that it was a bad idea. So it's critical to have a team that doesn't just always say yes to you. That each person within my team, I think, they know this. They have their own voice, and I it's important for me to hear them out and give their opinions. When it is time to make the decisions, I do take responsibility for them, but I always take into account the expertise of my team in order to deliver quality content, lives, whatever it may be, so that the point of view comes across. So even in editing videos, Bianca the other day was sitting. I sat her down with me to give me feedback about my video. So working with such a young team is good. So Bianx, how is it working for such a crazy person with many ideas?
The spotlight pa ako. Sorry. um, I think I would take the words of Gazes. Basically, it's a roller coaster essentially. It's a lot of ups and downs really with the ideas, the crazy ideas that do come about. Whenever we have our ideation meetings and such, it's just parang a new surprise every day basically. If you like to call it that. But yeah, very eventful. Like you don't know what to expect when you're coming into a meeting basically. Which is
But with all the crazy though, do you feel that there is direction or you're learning and growing from what we're doing?
of course, like sometimes then it teaches you then as an artist then that not all ideas will be liked by everybody. I think that's mainly what it taught me working with more people and not working in a working environment basically,
Yeah.
because when you're in school, I guess there's definitely a difference between the two, obviously. But yeah, that's the main thing that I did learn, that not all of the ideas that you imagine would be like the great ideas would be the ones that would like are your best foot forward,
Mm.
because you have a team that can tell you what you can do to improve that idea, or basic, or even just to like scratch the idea completely. Ano
Yeah.
mo yun? Yeah. So it's like it's more like a wake up call then in a way. And I'm glad that I'm able to experience that throughout my, how many months have I been here?
Five,
Sept-
four.
Five,
Yeah.
four
Yeah.
months working with maps. So yeah.
Yay, thanks B. And all as I always say, it's great working with you because um one of the things I enjoy working with Bianca around is sometimes I'll just throw out like keywords about videos or references, and she gets it. She understands where my direction is going. So it's not this whole process of I have to explain everything for her to understand the feelings or the emotions, especially the emotions. I think that's the key one is whenever we're talking about pegs or attack, I think it's very clear to both of us what the intentions are, and that
Yes.
one I enjoy. So thank you, Bianca,
Thank you.
and always support. Yeah. So we have dance videos of Bianca that will be coming out soon. She's a great
No.
dancer. So apart from being a good editor, everyone within my team has other talents, which I love. I will introduce you to our senior member.
Senior.
Our senior member of the team. This is Judith. She's so excited. She's so excited to be on camera. Yeah. Josh, I can't hear Judith so well. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Joshi.
Ayan.
Yes.
Now I can hear you.
So, ito yung podcast voice natin, di ba?
So this is my voice after one day of
So-
podcast.
Anong, natin, friend?
Yeah. So Judith, how did you join the team?
How did I join the team? It's a very long story, di ba? Yung tuturo niya sa akin kung saan yung ano. Dahil, syempre guys, so I'm so sorry. Di tayo, song release. So, hindi natin masyado, gamit ito. Yun. So, how did I join the team? We met in the campaign.
Yes, we met in the
Yeah.
campaign.
Yung parang nasa high level si Kuya Mick. Ako yung kahigising ko pala. Parang, friend, hindi pa kita habol yung energy mo. Yun. Ganun si Kuya Mick. Kung narinig yung tanong niya kay Bianca, what is to be a
Yeah,
trumpo?
what does it mean to work for a trumpo like me or a crazy ideator? Like every day is a new idea, every day is a new chance to think about something, even that we've thought about 5 months ago.
Well, it's a trumpo tale. Katulad yan ang sinasabi namin. Well, actually, it's like a roller coaster. If you know how to listen, you'll listen first to Kuya Mick muna bago ka magsabi, no, hindi natin kaya yan. Kasi later on, it's gonna be very clear for everybody, like, what is going to be, what's the process. So, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
fun ride.
I think anyone who's met me knows I'm a bit of a mess when it comes to ideas, but in a very creative mess kind of way. So I like thinking about ideas in a very bespoke way. If I've thought about it in this method, try to look at it in different angles. And Judith is the person who helps me execute all of these things. To a point, sometimes she's just like, Kuya Mick, anong unahin natin? Ano ba talaga?
What's your final answer? Yung mga ganon.
Tapos minsan mag-statement pa ako na, ito na yan, hindi na yan mag-iiba. Tapos bukas iba na.
Iba na naman. Tapos sabi ko sa kanya, ano ba talaga, friend?
Yeah, but
What's the final answer?
But look at this. Like, this was one of the things that we talked about from very early stage
Yeah.
of creating a radio show, of creating a means to communicate to the internet on a regular basis. And now we have our studio, right?
Yeah. Pati ito yung pinaka-first conversation natin. Radio show.
Oh, yes. We even...
Podcast. Live sessions.
Live
diba?
sessions,
So,
yeah.
after how many months, we're here, my friends.
Yeah,
Diba?
and Kat Salaw, my friends, was one of the first people to try it out with me, and these are our babies. So this is Nacho 1 and this is Nacho 2. So these are Shure SM7B microphones, and if you can hear it, sounds just so crisp. So it's good.
So clean.
Yeah. So it's a known podcast mic, but I think this was also Michael Jackson's recording mic when he was
Oh,
recording.
really?
Yes.
So cool.
So these are condenser mics. So it's what's the term? I'm not a technical guy. So how much audio that it can pick up. So if I'm over here, it picks up much less versus when I'm in front
when
of the
you're
mic.
on the side,
Yeah, the area in which it captures voice is much smaller. So you can still hear something here, but it's just an echo. But here, it's clear, it's crisp, and it just sounds good in the ears. Like with the earphones, it's just so nice to hear.
mamaya tatry ko with the earphones.
Yeah. So Judith, what is it apart from executing? What is it that you do here?
What is it ba? Best friend ng lahat. Joke lang.
Beauty queen.
I'm the beauty queen of this studio. Char.
So if you can see, look at these shirts. Look at these beautiful shirts. Judith is the one who has these made. She's the girl who knows everybody in Metro Manila. She's the girl who knows the suppliers for shirts, the guys to paint the room, the contractors, the drivers, the Grab. Like, whatever. I don't think I've had anything so far that she's been like, I just don't know anybody. She'll figure it out.
Kuya, nakakaano naman. Wait lang, natataas yung bangko ko.
So please, hands off. Kasi yes, girl to eh. So she really knows how to help people get things done. And it was clear during the campaign that was her thrust, and it continues here in MAPS.
Yes. Taas balahibo ka.
Iiyak na yan.
Iiyak na ako, guys.
Yeah.
Pengen naman tissue dyan, Josh. Char.
So apart from just the studio, more importantly than the gadgets and the space is a team who will help support you do the crazy that you want to do. And as and when you come into our studio, so again, plugging, if you wanna come over, I cannot read the comments. I will go on my phone. If you want to come into our studio and try everything out, you will get not just the studio, but everyone on hand trying to give you the best experience. We've had several friends. It's too small. We've had several friends come in already, and one of the comments they have is that it's just seamless. You come in, you sing, you have a video. So we'll explain a bit more of those later on, but
kailangan nila abangan yung mga susunod natin na episodes para malaman ninyo kung paano pumunta dito. Kasi hindi siya mahanap sa maps. Joke lang. Kasi kami yung maps. So hindi siya mahanap basta-basta.
yeah. So nakatago pa yung map.
Oo. Kailangan nyo hanapin yung treasure map. And that is, kailangan nyo muna hanapin kami.
Yes. So may nagpapa-shout out. Hello, Woot Woot. Sabi ni Sho. Ay, Shaori Niwa. Hello. Shout out po.
Hello
po.
Shaori Niwa.
Yeah, Shaori Niwa.
I think this is Kuya Sho.
Feeling ko talaga si Sho. Yeah.
Mag-comment ka dyan ulit para malaman namin ikaw si Kuya Sho.
Are you Kuya Sho? Kuya Sho talaga.
Kuya Sho.
Kinuyo ko
Kuya.
talaga.
Ako yung may
And
Kuya
and
dito.
this is Sabs, right? Hello, Sabs.
Hi, Sabs.
Yeah, best friend. I think she's talking about B, right?
Yes,
okay,
I
okay.
think so too.
I was thinking, I don't know. I don't have a best friend named Sabs.
Ako din, I would like to have a best friend named Sab.
Don't
Para
we
maiba
all?
naman.
Yes. We all deserve a best friend.
Correct.
Yes. All right. So, kaguluhan lang talaga to kasi we're in maps, as we say, expect the unexpected. So you don't
Correct.
even know where we will lead the next
Yeah.
conversation.
Kaya nga tayo yung ang plot twist ng
Yeah.
lahat. Parang just like din the campaign, di ba? Tayo
Yes.
nakiki-plot twist.
Oo, kahit hindi hinihingi yung gusto, kahit walang humingi, binigay namin.
Binigay
Ganon.
na, ganon. And we get things done.
Yeah. So, Judith, I think you're like me. You dabble in the production space. You enjoy it. How has it been working on putting together a studio like this?
Well, actually, when you think about it no very start, parang, paano natin gagawin to? But it's different from doing step 0 to step 1. Then sunod-sunod na siya. And that's how, parang going back to your question on how this thing worked out, it's a, divine intervention.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's mostly divine intervention. Kasi parang, everything, kahit tulad nga sabi ko, I might know a lot of people on how to do stuff and things. But if we're not guided and by the people around us and by the Lord, parang ang hirap i-imagine how we went through the phases of everything to land on this Map Studios. Visit us soon.
Yes. I think what's that? It is 1 + 1 = 10 here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So when we buy a certain piece of equipment or put together a process, it's always in the aim of maximizing, optimizing, and improving our process so far. So we have different gadgets which are focused on just audio. So you have the SM7Bs, you have, of course, the cords. So when you buy all of these things, you'd have to think about mic stands, you have to think about even how to put
The wires together.
yeah, the wires together, connected to your computer,
Yep.
connected to your iPhone. So all of those things are different tools. So you'd think, oh, I just need a microphone. And then you'd now think about, is it a USB mic? Is it a digital microphone? Or is it an analog microphone?
Yeah.
Which I had no clue about. And why would you buy one or the other?
Yep.
So how many people do you think would want to do a live and they're just like, I don't want to deal with all of this stuff? I have difficulty reading long articles. So if it's like a review or what, I jump. So I didn't, that article didn't help me because it was just giving too much information
Yep.
for what I needed. And having my team help me
Translate it to
yes,
you.
figure out what is it that we want to do. What do we need in order to do that? And do research.
Yep.
We've gotten to a point where I think we're pretty efficient.
Yes, we are.
We're
Yes, we are.
pretty efficient.
We also have our very own Budalero in the house. That's Josh.
Yes.
We have our conservative ate. That's Bianca. And your yes, ma'am. It's me. So, with that all of put together, it's equivalent to Kuya Mick.
Yes. I'm the guy who just pushes the envelope and always asks the question, is this possible? Can we think about this a little bit more? Can we figure out how we can get this done?
Yeah.
And my team ideates with me, brainstorms, even sometimes argues with me on points on how to do things. But by putting together all of that information, we come up with the best solutions.
Yep.
So one of our best outputs so far is this room itself. So I don't know if you can see behind me is BC. Joke lang. So as you can see behind me, there's the Maps logo.
Yep.
And that is a projected image. Can you believe? That's just a projected image that now we can create any background behind us to make it to simulate it as if we're in the locations that we're filming in.
Correct.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Kaya ko nanood sila ng birthday concert mo.
Yes.
Nasa New York City kami.
Yeah. Kaya namin lumipat,
Kaya
mag-teleport.
namin mag-teleport.
Yeah.
Next time, gagawa na yung ikot-ikot na gano'n.
True. True. And then apart from that, because we have a supercomputer, we can connect different gadgets simultaneously. So like for example, in this setup, we have two cameras that are recording simultaneously. So we have a Blackmagic camera. Before meeting Josh, I never even knew that there was a brand called Blackmagic.
Me too.
I just knew Nikon, I knew Sony, I
And
knew Canon.
Oo, yun lang yung alam
And then
ko.
maybe the mga pics, whatever, like
Yeah.
all of those things. But Blackmagic, what's that?
Oo nga eh. Tapos when Josh came in, di ba? I have a Blackmagic camera, let's try. Tapos nung nakita natin, ooh!
Whoa. like
It's a magic!
nakakaganda talaga ng kutis.
Oo.
As in,
Kaya timo, Josh, balik tayo doon sa Blackmagic camera para makita lang kung gaano kami kaganda. See guys, di ba ang ganda namin?
so even this, look at how we're lit. To me, if I had done a video before, I would have just gone, oh, this light on the top of my head shining from my bunbunan is good enough, and all the light is like shadow. But look at this soft
and
well lit room.
Yeah.
We'd
we
like
will
to show
cue in
you our
Josh.
queen bee, our honeycomb light right
Yes, so
here.
come here. So eto ang ating honeycomb.
The honeycomb light, as you can see, is means for distributing light on our faces that is directed. So the squares are facing just one direction. So there's less spillage of light on the sides, but it also just distributes light that's not so harsh. So as you can see, like even on my face here, it's not like a harsh line shadow.
Hindi
There's-
tayo mukhang gigisahin. Kasi if it's a different light, di ba mukha tayong gigisahin, di
True,
ba?
true.
Yeah.
I talked about this yesterday. I'm very conscious of how I look on camera. And yesterday I was looking at the footage and I'm like, this is the first time that I'm
Kaya tayo friends eh, kasi ganito din ako. Kaya pa ako nakatingin sa oh, yung ganda ko dito.
kaya nga hindi kami nakatingin sa camera. Pero yun, it's a different, like, putting on a microphone, putting it on earphones, hearing yourself for the first time.
Yep.
It's different. Seeing yourself on a digital camera, of course you've done that on your iPhone, but seeing yourself in cinema quality
Camera,
on the lens,
lights,
yeah,
diba?
it's a different experience that I
Yes.
think everyone just has to experience for fun at least once in their life.
Yep. Kaya guys, alam nyo na. Contact us at mapsholding01@gmail.com to book in, di ba?
Yes.
Log in, di ba?
Yeah. So
ganyan
starting
tayo
January, we will be starting public service.
Consumption?
Yeah,
Or
public
public
service.
service?
So we'll be helping out other people creating
Yep.
their contents. Luckily, these past few months, the people na nabudol ko para pumasok dito sa studio, nagawa na namin sila ng music video, nag-live sila with me on my birthday.
Yes.
Alam mo yung nabraso ko talaga. Hindi ko alam talaga na, alam mo yung pinapayagan nila ako na, one time I even asked, alam niyo naman na pinagloloko-loko ko lang kayo, di ba? Sabi nila, oo, nag-enjoy naman kami. But, so, ayun, which I do with everyone.
And you will see that videos will be released
Tomorrow.
soon. Tomorrow, di ba?
Tomorrow, yes.
Tomorrow. So, watch out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, kailangan nyo is like, subscribe, and follow us so that you'll be notified when we upload stuff, di ba? And with that, you will know kung kailan na kayo magpapabook na rin dito para
Yes.
you guys can visit us and get a cinema quality na shooting, di ba? And also, it's a good experience kasi our team is very professional about shooting videos and stuff.
So we don't just shoot in studio. As you could see outside, we have drones, we have cameras, we have gimbals, we have both for cell phone and SLRs. Why do we do that? It's so that your footage isn't nakakahilo. One of the things I've learned is steady shooting gives more leeway for steady output.
Yes. And yun yung early Christmas gift ni Kuya Mick sa amin tatlo. Kasi we've been wanting to have a gimbal. Parang,
Napagbabayaran ko
oo.
talaga.
Tapos kasi kami, ko si Josh, mabilis mambudol. ano rin kami ni
Budolero rin sila.
Budolero rin kami ni
Budolero
Bianca.
sila lahat. Alam nila na si Mick ay basta kaya gagawa ng paraan. Which at some point will be like, what is the death of me? But everything that I have in the studio is
Also,
just
everything we need, di ba, friend?
everything we need. Like, even the mixer, at some point you're like, oh, we don't need it, we're gonna sell it na. It found its way into our workflow. It found its way into our work process that has been fantastic because it
Yeah.
gives us flexibility. It
Yes.
gives us capacity to do many things.
And our Josh is very happy because he has control on every tiny details like the
Exactly.
audio going up and down. Tapos, katulad niyan, di ba? Josh, applause, please.
Let's do something dramatic and
Josh?
inspirational.
So ano to talaga inutusan natin si Josh segment.
Yeah.
Josh, pwede pa ikaw something inspirational.
Inspirational.
Cue
Okay,
in, inspirational.
since we're playing some inspirational music, Judith, I'll ask you a question.
Papayakin mo ba ako? Huwag naman.
Baka ako payakin mo. What is the best thing about working with Maps?
What is the best thing working with Mops? It's a good adventure. Parang right after everything else, like the campaign, the election, parang there's been a question mark with me, di ba? Like, saan ako sunod? Yun. And ako yung iiyak o ikaw. Parang feeling ko ako yung iiyak, no? Nakakainis ka. So, sige Josh, tuloy mo lang yung inspiration na na background music natin. So, di ba, you know this one, Kuya Mick, di ba? I've been asking like, what's next? And tapos, we do not know what's going to happen next. Tapos, tara mag-NGO na lang tayo, sama tayo sa ano. May mga ganun pa kami idea si Kuya. And we landed on doing a productions and solutions company, di ba? And it's a fun adventure. Working with Mops, it's a trumpet tale. Katulad na sinabi ko ng birthday mo, di ba? What is it like working here? If you want to learn about a lot of things, this is a good adventure. Kasi you'll not just learn about new gadgets, new stuff. You'll learn about the processes, about how to set things up, and also it helps you to grow more. Yon. Kasi di ba, hindi nasabi ni Kuya Mick sa inyo kanina, ano yung profession ko talaga?
Teacher.
Teacher ako. Ako siya CPA. Ako teacher. And parang production is just part of our hobby. And now we have this thing. Diba? Hindi katulad ni Bia at saka ni Josh. Ito talaga yung line nila. And having them part of the team, it also helped the both of us
Yeah.
to gauge and have the great idea of having the right things, the right gadgets, the right with our Budolero house.
Yes.
In-house natin na Budolero. Yun. So, it's a
What's
fun
your
thing.
favorite memory so far?
Favorite memory so far? I can't choose one. Mostly, may mga times na maasar ka. Kasi, like, one time we have this. Kwenta ko ba? Katulad, sinabi naman ni Kuya Mick kanina eh. One time we have like, hi! This is Kuya
Si
Sho.
Sho, yeah. Hi,
the
Sho.
Sho Riniwa. Hi, Kuya Sho. So, like one time Kuya Mick mentioned, he has one decision already one day. Day one decision. Okay, let's do this! Again. So kami naman charge in na kami tatlo. Ito na gagawin natin! Yay! Tapos kinabukasan, it's a different tale. And yeah, it's part of the adventure na maaasar ka na, paano na? Ito na ba? Ito ba? Hindi ba? Yun. But it also, there's a learning curve in that, in every aspect, in every step that we do. There's always been a learning curve.
Yeah.
So that's what's important. That learning curve.
Even me, I'm learning how my decisions has an impact on other people. So I can't just be changing things without considering what the impact on their work is, or the impact on their Hi 5 viewers.
Hi 5
Are you live
viewers.
5 viewers now?
Sige nga, chat nga kayo dun sa
If you
sa
chat
comment.
right now and say I love you Mick, I love you Judith, we will say I love you back.
Oo, we will say I love you back. Kasi tapos na yung paraffle namin ng birthday.
Kami naman po bigyan niyo ng pera. Ang GCash ko po ay 0917-843-3678.
Pa-flash naman dyan, Josh. Nandiyan pa ba?
But joking aside, yeah, we're just having fun. Every day we're just doing something different. Even today, we were experimenting in front of the computer, figuring out what chords we need to be able to do this. Because we want that when you come in, the
We're
experimenting is done.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Aww.
I love you too.
Love you
Sino sa Linky
guys.
Box Fun? Alam ko kung sino to.
Sino yan?
It's either Nate or Ellie.
Hello.
Yung mga pamangkin ko, very supportive.
Hello.
Hi, babies.
Yes. Ang linaw rin ng camera na to, ha?
Oh, yeah, this is a webcam, a 4K webcam, di ba? So, isipin niyo yan, meron palang 4K webcam. I didn't
Yes.
know about that.
At may 4K webcams na gumagalaw.
Oo nga, di ba? So,
we're
kay
not
Josh,
even at the pinnacle of some of the
Correct.
tools. So some of the things that I learned over time also was like camera quality, gimbal process, using a gimbal, what is it there for,
Yeah.
keeping your horizon, lower thirds, rule of thirds, all of these things that aid in making images, storytelling in videos much clearer.
yes.
And I'm able to do that with the help of a supportive team. I edited my second
Hindi, it's a first music video.
first music video.
It's a second video that you edit.
Second
Kasi
video.
yung first na-edit mo,
Yes. Was
there's
during
a
the
typo.
elections. Yes. So
There's a wrong
I
spelling
will
on
do a whole lot of work. I will work really hard, but there will always be that ting, like mali. So I made the Pampanga rally drone shot. So I shot the drone myself. I took the footage. Then I edited. I was so proud pa. Judith was helping me through the process. Showed
yeah,
me
this is the first
Filmora.
time I thought how to edit.
Yes. Yeah, she even had to show me what the icons were to be able to cut
Yeah.
and what. And then drone video. Yeah, after this we'll show the drone video. Sige. But basically I cut it out. I cut it up.
Yes.
And then
cut
I
it out.
said, "Thank you Pampanga, 220,000 storm."
Dapat strong, pero he wrote it as,
Storm.
can you please spell?
STORNG. Storm. Which to me, I read talaga as strong.
after mo ma-upload yun,
na-upload ko na siya sa YouTube, ha? Alam mo yung parang proud ako. I will just press the button, upload, para hindi na ako matatakot. Ayun. Sige.
Ayun, may typo.
May typo. So maybe as a sample, we've been talking about drones so much, but let's show our sample drone video just so you can see the type of quality that we've gotten so far from some of the drone shots we've
Yeah.
taken. soon, ano yan, in the future, that sound will be synonymous to maps, like the sound of Hindi, yung sa ano, yung sa Netflix. Hindi ko kaya. Hindi ko kaya. But you saw those shots. I wouldn't have been able to take shots of that beautiful church the way I did if not for the drone. So if you saw it had goggles, so that's what you call FPV, first person view. So I'm basically, it's like a computer a video game. I have the joystick in one hand and I'm controlling the drone, how it turns, how it moves, how
So
it
in short,
tilts.
ikaw si Superman.
Yes.
Pero yung ano yung
Drone,
lumilipad, hindi
mata
ikaw.
ko lang yung lumilipad.
Yun, di ba?
Yes.
Saya.
And then the other drone that we have is the R2S. So these are both all our more complex gadgets or gimbals or drones. They're all from DJI, which is a
Yes.
very reputable company.
Yep.
So please DJI, if you're out there, we're here. We love your products.
Yeah.
Please look them up. It's worth it. They're price
worth
range. Yes,
investing.
it's an investment.
Yeah.
If you're interested in these types of shots, having a drone makes a big difference because you can
Yes.
take angles higher, lower than you would have expected. And also, people think it's just for videos. But imagine taking stills from locations near the trees, above the mountains, near the water. I even have shots of like pawikans in Batangas.
Oh, saya
Yeah.
nung pumika sa bata.
Yeah. And what church were we in, Judith? I can never remember.
That church is called Nuestra Señora de la Anunciata Parish.
Yes, it's
That's
around 400-year-old church.
Yeah, it's been built like 17th century.
17th
Sabi ni
century.
Father.
And
So, hi, Father
it
John
used
Ray.
to be it at one point even was used to house the Hukbalahap.
Yeah, the Guerilleros, di
The
ba?
guerrillas.
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 Hindi,
But ikaw lang yung ano, yung malinaw.
the camera loves me.
Yeah.
So, sorry, kuya.
Sorry naman. Yeah, so there. So I'm so happy to have introduced my team to you. That's Judith. We had Josh, and then we had also Bianca. They are the dream team, really, to help me. They're my heart, mind, body, and soul within Maps, who help me execute. Sometimes they pick me up off the ground, and I'm just like splat. Yes.
Yung baka tipong, ganun si Kuya Mick.
Yeah.
Ay, tayo ka, may gagawin ka pa.
Yeah.
Di ba? Parang after nito, may gagawin ka pa,
May
friend.
gagawin pa ako. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there. So I think you got a little bit of a glimpse into our studio. But one of the things that I've received comments about is that you'll never really understand the studio until you actually come here.
So you guys need to come.
Because you need to feel the crazy trumpones, the crazy kaguluhan yourself, and understand why it's very. Many people ask me, Mick, what are you doing?
You just need to take a deep breath bago mo i-explain kasi that's also what I feel.
So like when people ask me, Mick, what is your business? And I'll just, how long do you have? Yeah. So we see your comments in front of us. If you have any questions about our gadgets, inquiries about what we're doing here, or any random question under the sun,
Yep.
we'd be happy to answer
Sabi
it.
ni Kuya Kiboy, ganda ng fog shot.
Yes.
Kung alam mo lang kung anong oras
So
kami lahat bumangon.
hindi yan fog shot, fog shot.
Fog shot. Kasi alam yung oh no.
Fog shoot.
Shoot.
Fog shoot.
Yes. Yun. Aga natin bumangon nun, no?
Oo, we met up at 5:30
Yeah.
in Katipunan. That for me is normal.
And for the rest of this team, it's not normal.
So ako yung designated driver usually, and by the end of our trips usually tulog na silang lahat. Yung parang inaantok na ako, magdadrive
Nagdadrive
pa ako,
siya.
pero
Tapos yung mga katabi niya,
Tulog.
yung nasa likod, tulog.
yeah. But one of our goals in putting together our gadget tree also is mobility. I think
Yes.
mobility is very important to us. So all our microphones, our capacity for recording and filming is actually mobile. So we have a mobile studio. So if you need us to go to your location to do filming in your place, to do what we're doing here in Transplanted elsewhere, we can do that also.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, and I'm so excited
you
to...
see that honeycomb? Kaya namin
Ay,
itiklop yan. Tapos dalhin namin sa kung saan
Wag naman,
pupunta.
wag naman.
Pero kung pwede po tayo dito, so dali.
Yeah. So we filmed music videos outside. I've filmed a concert. I've filmed many things, and in any at any rate, it's always about putting together stories, telling stories.
Yes. It's important to tell stories because there's a lot of stories that you can share.
Yes.
Katulad ni Manong Grab Driver.
Yeah.
Ni ate na security guard. Si
Everyone
kuya
has a
na
story.
Janitor, di ba?
Everyone has a story, and I've
Yes.
learned that everyone actually wants to share
Their
a-
story. Di ba, remember the Mang Tataho?
Yes.
Yes, di ba? We had a lot of stories kami ni Kuya.
Yeah.
And this is very weird. Pero I have one question, Kuya, for
Sure.
you. How do you feel when people you just met, di ba? Tapos biglang nag-bombard sa'yo ng a lot of stories na you don't really expect.
Ako
di ba-
na-expect ko na eh.
Na-expect
Alam
mo
mo yung parang na-meet ko lang siya ng 5 minutes. Feeling niya
Close na kayo,
close
di ba?
na kami.
Best friend kayo.
yung tipong I'm very eccentric that way, that anyone I meet, in that moment I meet them, they're the most interesting person because they're unique.
Yes.
Even if you're doing something I've done before, you're doing it a different way, a different time, in a different situation, which I can completely learn from. And given my audit background, I start asking, how do you do that? What do you do? Tell me about your process. So how often do you do it?
Di ba yung sunod-sunod yung tanong? Tapos pag ayaw mo sagutin yung tanong niya, he will make another attempt na iba naman yung version ng tanong, but he gets the same answer. Tapos, ay, hindi ito yung approach. Dito tayo sa kabilang side. Yung uurong lang siya. Pero yung gusto niya mangyari, ganun na ganun pa rin.
Yeah. Some people would even say like we're having fun, and ano to, we're on the psychology couch. Parang ang deep naman ng question mo. Sige. Atras muna tayo. Yeah, but that's me. I find human beings interesting.
Yes.
Each
yes,
one
you do.
brings a unique, vibrant, and worthwhile story. You just have to get there. And the funny thing is people want to talk.
Yes, they do. Diba, that's why I asked you that question. Kasi diba, yun din yung the same sa akin. Parang ako una, paano ako how am I going to behave on this part? Yun. And, ewan ko, people, when they meet us, they keep telling stories.
Yes.
And it's fun to hear their stories.
Sige naman ako tanong.
Diba?
So, yes. So, if you want to share your stories with us, tell us why you're interesting. You can message us on Instagram at mapsholdings01. Just tell us that you're interested. Tell us that you'd want to try something out with us, whether it be a music video, content, dance, whatever it may be. Let's figure it out and let's try it out. We'd love to hear your story. If you're a doctor who dances and has
I miss our doctor friends.
and has a pet business. Let's go. Tell us how you started. Tell us how this all came to be, because someone out there might be wanting to do the same thing.
Yes. And a lot of people wanted to try a lot of things.
Yeah. So we have our QR code right here.
Oops. This one.
This is our
Wait lang.
QR code.
Yeah,
So
urong pa tayo.
this is the
Go.
Maps QR code. I don't know where it leads.
It leads to our Linktree.
Yes.
Ayan. So Linktree is, shout out to Linktree, thank you for letting us use you. Ito yung
Gamitan.
it leads us to all of our social media accounts.
Okay.
So that's your TikTok, your Twitter, your Facebook, your
Yeah.
Instagram.
Do we have our invite for Sincerely Maps already? Yeah. Can you show that? Do we have it?
Do we have it?
Oh, we don't
You
have
don't
it.
have it yet.
So we'll be sharing our Sincerely Maps invite to our friends, relatives, anyone out there who is willing to hear a little bit in more detail and a little bit more structure why we're here, what we have to offer, and a bit more explainer of maps, because it is quite confusing. You've
Yes.
heard a lot of things. You've heard us tell stories, heard us show gadgets, but what does it all mean? What does it
Yes.
mean to you? We'll enter live there. So, and I hope you enjoyed our mess of a conversation. This is it. If you don't ask questions, we're just going to ramble on, and I can talk and talk and talk and talk
Yeah,
and talk
he
and talk and
can. He
talk.
can. He can talk and talk and talk.
I can go in tangents and get back to my topic after 5 minutes.
Yes, you do.
So kahit feeling mo na wala ako, parang in some way, babalik ko siya.
Oo.
That's my skill. I
Hindi
outline...
lang yata skill eh. Special talent din tawag
Oo.
doon.
So, if there are no other questions to our live audience out there, thank you very much. We love you very much. Hope to see you tomorrow at our last pre-show live before our pre-show. Ang daming pre-show.
Ang dami na
Yeah.
pre-show.
So,
It's a series of
yes, a
pre-show.
series of pre-show. So tomorrow, it's a bit more interesting. Our format is MTV.
Yes.
So
And-
we're going to be doing mix live showing our music videos. We're finally going to premiere music videos for Maps, which we've been
Yes.
doing over the past few months.
And there's a lot.
A lot.
And there's
So
a lot.
we have
It's very
music video
rich.
from Kiboy. We have music video from Shaw. We have music videos from me.
Kuya Kiboy, Kuya Shaw. Kailangan online din kayo tomorrow para marinig yung paano namin kayo mababash. De, joke lang.
Uy, grabe.
Ang sama.
Behind closed doors lang tayo ng
No,
babash. Huwag tayong ganyan.
Oo, pagkakasama na namin kayo, doon namin kayo ibabash. So, no.
Okay. So with that, we will sign off. And again, thank you everyone for watching. It was a pleasure to be rehearsing in front of camera again. Thank you, Josh, for manning behind the camera. And thank you,
Yes.
Bianca, for dialing in. If there's any message that I want to say today is always appreciate the things that are around you that are aiding you in co-creating and manifesting what you want. By doing that, you will be able to do much, much, much more. So I have this beautiful team with me. I have this beautiful studio. I have all of these things around me that remind me that I am blessed. I am taken care of, and I am allowed to do and create what brings me joy. And I hope that's the same for you. So if you have any interest in doing the craziness that we're doing here, message us finally at Maps01, Maps Holdings 01 on Instagram and on Facebook and YouTube. That's Maps,
Maps
Holdings.
Holdings.
Please like, share, subscribe, and once we share the invites, it's free for all. You can share to anybody who you think would be interested to get a glimpse of this. But of course, everything will be replayed and posted online. Thank you, everyone!
Thank you!
Yes, may compressor na yung tunog natin.
Yes, hindi ka naririnig yung sarili ko. So,
Love it.
how's my